promises, but the new manager is new.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to be honest, we've had quite a few meetings with the municipality about painting these stop markings on the road. They always receive us politely. They're always positive. They always say how nice it is that we're going in to see them and make these constructive proposals. And yes, they'll do what they can to help, and that's where it ends.
Okay.
You
So
know,
we'll
they
follow
promise
up.
to come back.
We'll go to the new
Implementation.
manager, we'll keep you posted.
Just doesn't
Once
happen.
we have done the
Yeah.
normal contract, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Can we go to item number 4? The treasurer has got a huge report, which I think he can summarize. It has been circulated about 16 pages. We can go through page by page.
Just maybe in addition,
Yeah, just
before
give us
you
the
go there,
highlights.
I also gave her the link of Telegram. She's with us in the
Oh,
Telegram.
she not on the group.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Who's that?
amazing.
the municipal manager.
The new MM,
Come again?
the new municipal manager.
Yes.
She's on the Telegram group now.
Yes, I gave her the link and she joined.
You
that's
must
very
also give us her number, because sometimes when we speak to the people on their own cell phone,
Yeah.
the personal touch helps. So if you can give the number to Martin, if you have it.
Can you tell me what her name is?
Dineo.
Dineo?
Yeah, hey.
More kids, isn't it? Yeah.
And the surname?
More kids.
Just spell it
You
for
know
me.
him? M-O. Oh,
Okay, you must add as well.
Spell it for me, Beauty.
Continue.
Alright, thanks everyone.
M-O-N-G-A.
Just a quick discussion on the finances.
A-K-E-T-S.
Currently, we're requesting each household in Riviera Park to contribute 250 Rand per month towards the running of and building up of the Riviera Park Safety Forum. As things stand at the moment, we average between 40 and 50 households per month contributing towards the forum. At this stage, that is only just enough to cover the costs of the bike patrollers. There are a total of 770 households in Riviera Park. Should we get everyone in those 770 households to contribute, then we would be able to achieve a lot more. But on the finances of the year that's passed, the year ended 28 February 2022, which has been audited, we've selected one of the local residents as an auditor to assist us. He's done it pro bono for us, to assist as part of his contribution as well towards the Riviera Park safety, and that is Mr. Nelson Chitima. Basically, for the year that's ended 28 February 2022, we collected from contributions from the households a total of 172,000 Rand for the year. We have received additional donations of 13,261 Rand, which basically came in the form of, for example, when we started with the bike projects, we had donations from residents, for example, of the 5,000 Rand here or 5,000 Rand there, towards buying the bicycles or buying the road paint or things like that. When it comes to the operating expenses, on a monthly basis, our main operating expense at this stage is the bike patrollers. They've got the monthly salaries that they receive, as well as a food allowance to assist them, that they don't need to go and look for food and all that kind of thing during the day. Over and above that, we've also got the cost of the internet line that is used on the camera for the monitoring purposes, and then of course the normal bank charges and that kind of thing. Along with the bike patrollers, obviously we have to purchase the bicycles, which in total we've got 3 bicycles, and the total cost of those bicycles was just short of 20,000 Rand. Thankfully, at a stage at the beginning of January, we had 3 bicycle patrollers. That's why we bought the extra bicycle. And unfortunately, one of those guys decided he didn't want to work for us anymore, and we're down to 2, which has come as a positive thing in the life that we've got now. Got this a spare bicycle in case one of the bicycles do break down, which does happen quite often. If you take the patrollers are on the bikes 5 days a week for 8 hours a day, and of course we've all been down these roads, so we know those bikes also get quite a lot of wear and tear. So that's the other expense that does happen every second month at the least, is maybe repairs to the bicycles. Those are the main things. Other expenses that we've incurred include the cost of the site clearance that we did last year, as Prof mentioned, and then and of course then protective gear and that kind of thing for the bike patrollers as well that's been spent. As at the end of February 2022, we had a total of 127,000 Rand left in the bank, and that is basically the surplus of what is left of what we've collected for the year, these expenses and purchases. As I say, the financials have been audited and they have been circulated on the Telegram group.
Any questions or suggestions? I've seen one of the, again this is confidential, one of the notorious student accommodation guys paid in 1,000 rands last week. So
1,000?
we can't take it back. But that is by the way, it should not be miracle.
Chair, if I can say, is that if I believe that the money that they get, and I don't know the figures, it's just third-hand information, so I might
It's
be.
not miracle, please.
So it's substantial amounts that we're talking about. So I regard, you want to call it a room or whatever, that is a unit. So, and you know, somehow we must go to name and shame. I mean, we can't have, how many people? 60 people contributing.
50.
Out of 700.
50 households and
Yeah.
770.
What kind of community are we dealing with here?
It's amazing. We have said it before, every month we send out
We're putting reminders every month. We're getting a lot more than 50 people complaining about the issues and moaning when they get their
They don't support us.
lights torn off the wall of their house or their gate motors nicked, but you know, they want to be part of the forum, but they don't want to put their hands in their pockets. It's a problem. It is a problem.
I'm not sure whether it's appropriate to name and shame. You say, well, this is the list of all the properties, and these ones are student accommodation, they've got 6 units, whatever the case may be, and say, well, paid, no payment. I'm not sure, but I think that is something that we must think about. If you really want to, is it mine? No.
What we've done in the past is to, in our monthly meetings, is look at the treasurer's summaries where he gives us a breakdown street by street.
Yeah.
And some streets we have one house, some with nothing at all. And sometimes we ask Martin to summarize the breakdown per street. So that if the people can see that on the telegram, they will say, but my house number is not among the ones paying. Unfortunately, they don't even react to that. Some people, even today, I call them, some of them I know them, you know, my neighbors, I've gone door to door, I've talked to friends I know, they even told me they are coming today, they're not here. So we have tried that before, maybe we can do it aggressively. Not naming and shaming, but something close to it.
What we did do, Leon, we sent a letter around to every household and delivered it. We had the bicycle patrollers delivered about 2 months back, remember?
Yes, we printed
We did that because we've only got 378 members on our Telegram group out of these 770 households. So it's about half. And we've tried to encourage the formation of street groups, and we've said on the Telegram group a few times, you know, somebody needs to, in each street, because us three aren't going to manage this on our own, or 4 or 5. If we could just get a person in every street to start a street group, a WhatsApp group, keep their neighbours informed really on a close basis like we've got in Everest Drive, and some of the other streets have got it as well, but many of them don't have it. So 50% of the people in Riviera Park, they've either, well, they would have claimed they didn't know about our group, or they're just ignoring the. That's why we sent the mail around to every house, and that letter was delivered to every single household in Riviera Park North, and Aslakta. And we did get a spike in members joining the group. Picked up about 20 members, I think. It wasn't huge, but there was there was a little spike in the numbers of people joining the Telegram group when we sent that letter around.
They are not very.
No, they just don't
Yeah.
want
They made
And even
but I'm
these
just talking
meetings
about just
like-
being on the group to stay informed, you know. But they
We
half of
need
them
the
are not
people
even
who
interested
want
in
to-
being in. It's like public apathy. It's sad, actually. It's sad.
So I don't know what can we do from you, the members here, apart from naming and shaming. What else can we do
Buckets of KFC.
to reach to every household and say, please join us? I mean, can you imagine how many business people are in Aslakta? They're all
Yeah,
paid.
no. You can forget about Aslakta. Aslakta says straight away, there's nothing done to us, so there's nothing we will do for the group. The bicycle patrollers doesn't come up the road. The only time they came up the road was to drop off the letters.
Well,
So, I can't blame them, because it's the truth now. We are the escape route, and we protect ourselves. No one does. We've got Landrik Aslakta as a group, where we talk to one another. Some shots were fired, we're coming to help you, and whatever. We're looking after ourselves. But we're supposed to be part of this group, but there's no help forthcoming from this side. We come from the top to come and assist here, this side.
We'll talk
So,
to the patrol. then.
Dion has already started to pay me, as far as I'm aware of. But other than that, I can't speak to the people over and over and over again. They said, why must I contribute 250 rand? What will be the benefit for me? There's not a bicycle coming up this road, there's not a police car driving up this road.
But we're not in charge of the police.
The police is-
Chair, what I want to
No,
suggest is that,
what I'm saying is that
if I remember correctly, this camera here cost about 25 grand.
Yeah.
Right, somewhere around there.
Actually, more.
So-
We had a donation that covered it. It was actually over 40 grand. I
Is it
think.
four? Okay, well, let's say 50 grand.
But our share was about. We got quite a big donation. Our share was 20 something. Yeah.
Okay, let's just take the donation out and say 50 grand. Okay, we've got 100 and whatever, 27 in the bank. So it is either, and I just want to make sure, is that if you go up to there where, I don't know who's staying there on the corner there, when you go back to the link road. Then, well, put a camera up there, or it must be there.
No.
part of the
We must
passport.
close off the road. We can't have it open because it's a dumping site.
I know.
And if it's a dumping site, there's kids who come to forage, and when they forage, they light it up. We are getting burnt down time and time again. And
Why don't you just attract 6 kids off battalions
Nobody
and
tells me to do it. I'm not prepared to go to jail. I'm a 66-year-old man. I don't want to sit for
So you're suggesting that we
The
think
municipality
of
must
putting
come
a
and dig
camera.
a trench and put the same as what they did on this side.
Are you suggesting that we should work out a way of putting a camera out there?
Yes. Either there at where you can actually turn off at that little ring road, because down to the Parks Walk, if you go back to the old Joff,
You can drive through there as well.
you can't go through there.
Are you kidding?
No,
We open the road.
First prize. Let us aim first prize, without spending another 40 grand's worth of cameras there on that corner, to ask the
You can see.
municipality to close that road
Yeah.
off, because they might. I mean, they dug that trench for us all the way along the front of the public open space along Chippard Street to stop
2
people.
loads of rubber. Right there where from the zero
It's
side.
easy enough to do, but we need to persuade them to do it,
Yeah.
because just
Well,
in
let's
case
see if we
there's
can
an
get that
accident
done.
or anything, we persuaded them to do it all the way along that front park. So if anybody says, You know, I drove my car into that trench. I'm going to sue you both.
No, they must put,
We're going to turn around
they
and
must
say,
put the
we
sand
never
in
done
front of the trench.
We
Whatever
didn't
they
dig
do
the
the trench, the sand must go in
Imagine
front of
we
it.
Well, it doesn't matter much.
Imagine, can we note that
As
for
long
the
as you
meeting?
can't drive over it.
Can we note that for the meeting when the meeting?
Yeah, well, the road closure, yeah. Because if they can do it, I mean, then we don't need cameras.
Yeah.
And it stops the illegal dumping as well. If you put a camera up, what we're going to catch is a whole lot of illegal dumpers going in and out.
Yeah.
People are still going to go through there. You only see
Okay.
that, and you only see it
You
afterwards.
see, the,
you know,
the
the
problem
news
with what most people don't realize is there's a ring road around our properties at the back. We paid to have it done there so that we could patrol. So where the low level bridge is, you can drive in there and you can drive all along the back of the river, up to Long Creek, where Joss is, and then up the game reserve site, past my property, and
No, but then
there's a ring road.
then it's just not
If you then
excuse.
put the thing in front, where the last tenant is on the left hand side, in front of that road,
Yes.
and at the top, in front of the road there, then there's no more a ring road.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Can you give us those details, Martin, so that when we go to the municipal manager, we have the details?
Well, give me a call when you've got 5 minutes. I'll come up and have a look with you so I understand what you're saying.
When we get the correct measurements and the details,
I'm
we
around
go to
most of the
council
time.
with that.
Boris.
Okay, Martin?
Just physically show me. I'm around most of the time.
Yeah.
You can just
If
give
they
me.
can close the level crossing at the traffic office, then they can do that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Can we move on, please? The treasury report, any other suggestions apart from the ring roads and
Some of
on
those-
finances, can we adopt it if we are happy? I will need a proposal to and second it. Okay, thank you very much. So this is a standing item. We'll keep on updating you monthly and we'll keep on updating you about the contributions if they are improving or getting worse. We'll keep you updated. And don't get tired when Martin writes on our Telegram group. Then item number 5, on our board of directors, we have 2 vacancies. I think Mr. Dylan resigned, and the lady in Johannesburg got a new job, so she offered to stand down. So we have got 2 vacancies which we need to fill in. We sent out nomination forms. I don't know if we received any.
Nothing.
We have to have a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 7 directors.
We've got 5 at the
I
moment.
know.
We've got 5, so they're vacant, so there is space for 2 more, but if there's no nominations, we're not obliged to fill them.
We're not obliged to. But we have only one lady on our board now. I'm a Democrat, I want to overrule these guys. And so maybe we should look for an additional lady. I mean, there are 3 old men and 1 lady. 4 old men. If we include it.
Where's the 4 old men?
Darius, myself.
You don't know.
I'm the only old man there.
Only I'm the same age as Prof almost.
So can we, if we don't think about it now, we can think about a name and maybe coax a lady.
The Prof, all we need is people who are going to be hands, you know.
Hands on.
Yeah, I'm not against your idea in principle, but it's no good having people on the board unless they're going to be
Who are
hands on.
interested.
They've got to be keen, they've got to be enthusiastic, and they've got to be prepared to, do some organising and some managing sometimes.
Because we meet,
At the moment, everything's coming down to you and me,
yeah,
and
unfortunately.
Gareth and Beauty and Darius. It's
We meet
so it would be
once
nice.
monthly, but in between our meetings, we do a lot of, I do a lot of telephones.
Yeah, me too.
I do a lot of fighting with people.
Messaging.
I get a lot of insults. in the process. But I offered to step down. I offered to step down and I'm on the way of stepping down. But we need, we'll think about it if we get a lady or a volunteer. We meet online, we don't meet in,
Our monthly
physically.
meeting is a Zoom meeting.
So we have a Zoom meeting once, Normally about 1 hour at maximum. But most of the work is done online. We talk to people, we write letters, we go and knock on doors and so on. So we need an energetic lady to join us.
Or an energetic man, isn't it?
Or even a gentleman.
Martin knows me. If you need engineering inputs, then I can help you. But I'm very much occupied in. I would love to join, but with the workload that I've got at the moment, I just cannot handle it. So, but I can spread and help and assist with engineering things.
Thanks for what you already did for us before.
I mean that's very little. So.
Martin, can you note that he volunteers to assist us from time to time?
I won't embarrass him by putting it in the minutes, but I've got a definite.
You know where to press.
Yeah, I've got a mental note of that.
Okay. So are you giving us opportunity to look for a lady?
Yes.
Or we leave it open as a
I think we should leave it open, and if a nomination does come forward, we can, or a volunteer, we can later.
okay, so it's not urgent.
What
It's not a crisis.
should our minutes on this issue then? That there were no nominations received, but there's still 2 vacancies. So if anybody would like to volunteer their services on to be an active board member, we'll look at it.
I don't think we must ask for a nomination, we must ask for a volunteer, because people nominate people and then they feel obligated and they join up and then it's just another dead horse along.
Okay, we'll ask for a volunteer.
Volunteer.
Can I? What about the 2 Butcher brothers? Not both of them. One of them.
Who's
Either Butcher brothers. Either Heinrich or Johan. Yes.
Which
Yeah. Because
Because
if I remember correctly, this thing sort of started there at their lab 2 years ago.
and they've been helping us with bicycles and offering to take our bikes to Latin repairs.
Prof, really, if I frequently travel to Lichtenburg for some other things, then to take a bicycle and drop it off and pick it up when I'm coming back from class or whatever, we appreciate it, but it's not like a trip.
We can approach them, we can phone them and approach them. They are on the, I think they are on the patrol.
What about one of these business owners, the student accommodation guys?
Yes,
Like 2 space.
we can, I think we can approach people and see how it goes. First of all, we'll send out an appeal to say, okay, we have 2 volunteers. If
I see.
in a month we don't get any,
Let me send the minutes out. I'll put in the minutes. We're asking for a volunteer,
Yeah.
or up to
if
2
we don't get
volunteers.
any in a
And
month,
if we don't get any, I see Spiky on quite a regular basis because that's the guy you're talking about.